My name is Ashley Rhea.
My name is Rosara Romero.
My name is Anaya Turner.
My name is Kendra Harris.
My name is Ainu Mubarak.
My name is Sophie Pierre Michelle.
My name is Zakira Berry.
My name is Yusuf Amolegbe. I'm currently the activities coordinator for the African Student Association and the event manager for the Student Association, as well as the incoming president for 2019-2020 of the Student Association.
So from my freshman year, I started as a tour guide, a orientation leader, a residential advisor, and then this led me to further pursue roles as a research assistant, study abroad in Madagascar, and now my current position as the president of the Black Student Union.
I'm an assistant director of equity, diversity, and inclusion in Student Association. I also am the president of a club here. It's called Minorities Association of Pre-Medical Students. I also am the secretary for the Subboard 1 office, which is on the 3rd floor of SU. I work at the bookstore, I work at Kohl's. This is all I do for senior year. And I'm enrolled in classes, of course.
I am the Elections and Credentials Chair for the Student Association. I'm also the Vice President for the Pre-Law Chapter of the National Black Law Student Association. And I am a Global Ambassador for the Study Abroad Office, as well as a former alternative break leader for student engagement.
I was in RA for 2 years. I decided not to continue to be in RA for my final year, but I still bring that up because that was like my major contributions to, the UB community. I am a member of Sigma Lambda Upsilon, Señoritas Latinas Unidas Sorority Incorporated, the only member at UB. And I am a part of the Black Student Union. I am currently the secretary, and last year I was the Community Service Chair and Black Women United Chair.
Here on campus, I serve as the African Student Association's president for the 2018-2019 academic year, as well as the Undergraduate Student Association Student Affairs Director.
A couple of things I do on campus. Right now I'm the treasurer of the Black Student Union, the largest minority club on campus. I'm also a SA senator. And next year, I will be the treasurer of the Student Association.
I work for SA, I'm a sound tech. I'm also the current vice president for the African Student Association. And I also work at UB Call Center in Ellicott.
Greek life in general, because it's so small, especially in people of color here on campus, it's a sense of community and culture for us. We represent a sort of different culture that we don't see on campus at UB, especially as a day-to-day student. I don't really see people that look like me, so it was very important for me to find a home and a space where I can be myself and also grow from people that look like me and have been through my personal strifes. We co-host an annual stroll show competition, and a lot of Greeks come and they compete for a prize of $1,000, and second place gets $500, but a portion of that money goes to their ideal philanthropy.
On BSU, we hold 2 GBMs a week, basically around the experience of Black students, their experience as a Black American and experience as like a Black person, in our world. The Black Student Union also hosts many events per semester. Our events are like more fun than they're more leisurely than they are serious. I think that they provide opportunity for students, Black students or other students in general, to express themselves, culturally, artistically, and different other ways aside from just being a student.
My club, the African Student Association, represents a large minority population, specifically the African community. As a club here on campus, we have weekly journal body meetings where we discuss things such as current events, social issues, social norms, religion, and how they compare or maybe even align with different cultures.
My organization, MAPS, Minorities Association of Pre-Medical Students. We do community service events out in Buffalo, so we've done Ronald McDonald House, the food pantry. Another thing we like to do is we open up events for everyone. We always try to have faculty come in, whether it's from our med school or from another med school.
A lot of minority achievements might not be portrayed as much as it should. For example, this past weekend, the first minority students conference put together for students of color by students of color happened, and like apart from like the students that were there, I didn't really see like the school like really shine any light on that.
I think that on an institutional level, the university does not make an effort to highlight students of color, especially on the day-to-day basis. And throughout my time here at UB in the different departments and groups I've worked with, I just noticed that more often than not, people are so readily able to celebrate other students than they are students of color. Most often than not, those highlights and awards and accolades come from ourselves, from the students themselves.
Yesterday, Spectrum was actually at our event, which was just so odd to me. And like, I met like the person who was writing about us. And like, that was the first time the Spectrum has ever been to any one of our events. So I feel like we just got lucky, because even the Black Student Union, Caribbean Student Association, I never see them ever in the Spectrum as well. So I feel like definitely highlighting all our big events in the newspaper would be great.
I think the lack of representation of student orgs does a great disservice to the students of color who are not only fighting tooth and nail to be heard and acknowledged, but it does a disservice for the future people coming, because there hasn't been enough change in the 4 years that I have been on UB's campus for me to believe that someone else that looks like me coming into wouldn't struggle through the same struggles that I went through, wouldn't feel the same way that I felt. And I was very fortunate to fall into these student orgs because they pushed me to be a better student and to be a better leader. When students of color are represented on campus, it is done minimally. So it is essential that when students of color are represented on campus, that it's done so effectively and understandingly. Yeah, because we don't represent these orgs enough, the times that we do represent, we need to get it right. We need to not bash them or try to belittle them or tear them down. We need to uplift them, because the next person is reading this, the next freshman, the next whoever is reading this, and it's like, that's what they're being told about their community leaders. And granted, like, people of color, we are used to our leaders being bashed and belittled and swept under the rug. But when we come to a university where we're all students and we're all struggling with different things, you would at least expect, like, full thought out decency, and that people did their best to represent you in the best way.